Mark Berman in Atlantic City. I'm here at Harrah's, to be exact, the pool after dark at Harrah's. Don Norman is in town. He's going to be in the World Series of Poker, which is a Harrah's event, and it's great to see you. And we're going to chat a little bit with Don. Great to see you.
Great to be here. Great to be here.
Okay, you're out on the circuit. You just got back from Dominican Republic. How'd you do there?
Well, we had a really good lineup of players. I mean, we had probably some of the top, maybe 20 players in the world that was there. I ended up getting third. Little bit of a disappointment. I always want to win, but yeah, we did really well. The Bust Out team did really, really well. Of course, I'm sponsored by Bust Out. We had two of our Bust Out guys, Matt Stout. There was actually three that went in the top 20, Lee Childs, and of course me. But it was a really good field. Me and Matt Stout went second and third. Not too bad for our team, but overall we did really well. And we had a great time. It was the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, but you know what? First is great. Coming out winning is first. Third, not too shabby. So let's talk about this country now. You're touring. You're going all over the place. You are here in Atlantic City right now, but so far to date, okay, where was your biggest win?
My biggest win, let's see. I had a really big win as far as this year. I had a really big win. I got third in the Biloxi, Mississippi. I got eighth in Tunica. So in the past couple of months, I won upward around 200,000. So not too shabby for a month and a half. But yeah, I've had some wins, but this has probably been my best couple of months as far as just cashes. Yeah.
And actually, you were in town right across the street at Borgata. Did pretty good there, didn't you?
Yeah, that was a big one. We got real deep in that one. There was upward around 1,400 players in that event. When we were at 60, I was sixth in chips, so it was real close. Ended up getting 50-something. I played pretty aggressive when up at the tables as far as that goes. Anybody that knows me knows that. I got a pretty fast background when it comes to tournament play, but we got real close, and it was for $1 million. First place there was $1 million. Second was $500,000. But we did really good. I was pleased. Anytime you can take this to the next level and get in the top 15% of pretty much everything that you're playing, you're going to be right there in order to cash, and that's the key. You know.
And you're absolutely one of the up-and-comers in this sport, and you're sponsored by Bust Out. Tell us about it.
Oh, Bust Out's a great company. They have a lot of clothing lines. They just opened up a grinder gear, which is another branch off of Bust Out. They go all the way from surfers to poker players. They're just a great company. Jeff and all the crew, we have what's called a Bust Out team. You can go online to WSOP.com. They've got anywhere from Bust Out babes, so you can see some girls, all the way to the teammates, and you can kind of interact with us, you know, and Twitter and different things, and it's a lot of fun. You know, we have a lot of good players. We come real close to a couple bracelets this year. We have really big names, and just go on there and check it out. It's a really good site.
How do you train for this? I mean, it's not like you're going against a ball team. You're out there. You're going against people you don't know who's going to be at the table you're sitting at. You may know some of the people from their past history, but in many cases, I'm sure you don't. So what do you do? How do you psych yourself up? And how do you train for this? I mean, do you have certain moves?
You just walk in like you're the best player there. That's my key. I mean, as far as that's the best advice I can give. When it comes down to it, no matter if I'm playing against you, which I don't know how much you know about poker, to all the way to the best players in the world. I mean, when we go to a World Series, we play the top and the best players, and you just judge yourself. Pretty much, it's a people-person game. I mean, and it goes by numbers. And how we go deep in this, basically, the best way I can tell you is, you know how the casino kind of has odds on you when you play blackjack or whatnot. Well, if you're a really good poker player, we have odds on you, and that's about the best I can tell you when it comes to that thing, and it's all about numbers. We go all about numbers.
Don, the guys that are out there that we see on TV constantly, is there anybody that you look up to say, that's the man? Or woman? I'll go with that.
Well, when it comes to that, I mean, there's such a variety of players. You got really aggressive players to real tight players, and they all have really good games. I don't really have a particular person. I like Don Norman, to be honest with you. I always like to bet on myself when it comes to that, and I think confidence is the hugest. It's the biggest part of poker when it comes to it, because you cannot be feared. And you can't be afraid of anything when it comes to it.
So if you're sitting at a table, one of these people are sitting there, you're not intimidated. You just are going to go against them. You're going to do your best, and you're going to try your best to come out on top. And it doesn't matter who's sitting there, does it?
No, that's that. I mean, it takes a different kind of person to play poker when it comes to that, because you can't be afraid of anything. And that's the thing. When you sit down, I learned that from cash. I played a lot of big cash games. When it come to that, I mean, when you're playing for real money versus chips and you have a buy-in and different things, it's different. And I think that's what makes me a great tournament player, because of the fact that when I sit down, I really am not afraid of anything. And that's what you have to be. You got to be quick on your toes, for sure.
Where did it start? Sitting around the kitchen table with some friends? I mean, had to start somewhere.
I actually got in trouble for playing poker in my backyard when I was young, for all you kids out there. But I mean, my dad caught me. He said, son, it's gambling. It's like anything else. You can lose the farm and stuff. And as I've learned how to play and different things, I understood what he was talking about, because I see a lot of people that, they get hooked up with a lot of the games that are in a casino, and they get a little backward towards the whole casino, in general. But poker's a little bit different when it comes down to it, and when it comes to it, it's basically all numbers. It's no different than anything like the stock market or whatever, for people that don't know about poker out there. If you start, always start small, take steps up, and then if you hit a big cash, then hey, you can do what I do for a living.
What's the website where we can find you?
Go to bustoutpoker.com. Like I said, they have great clothing lines and the whole thing, and you'll see all the teammates and all the things that they have on there. Is really a good site to go on, and like I said, just deal them out, play some poker.
Don Norman here in Atlantic City for the World Series of Poker at Harrah's. And me, I'm Mark Berman.